What's up, everybody? It's your girl Martine on the scene, and welcome to the Report Sauce. We have a juicy show for you today, so let's get started with our first dish on Hot Sauce, where we dish on hot topics and celebrity news you want to hear about. The Met Gala 2023 was the biggest night of the year in American fashion and also the most eagerly awaited red carpet among the celebrity watching set. In recent years, I think the interest in the Costume Institute's annual fundraising gala has far outstripped the Oscars, the Grammys, and any of the other star-filled prom nights. This year's gala paid tribute to the legendary Karl Lagerfeld, which gave the attendees a wide range in their choices because the late designer cast such a long shadow over the past half-century of fashion. The efforts this year ranged from classic looks to outrageous costumes. So here are the top 10 looks that thrilled or disappointed me the most. Starting with Bad Bunny in Jacquemus. Pardon me while I twirl my hair and sigh dreamily looking at this ensemble. His grooming here is exquisite, and the combination of a standards men's suit and a dramatic trailing coat of roses, all in white, is so overwhelmingly romantic, combining feminine and masculine elements in such a simple and straightforward way. I'm swooning over here. Next up is Micaela Coel in Shirapeli. I know that goddess can be an overused term in the red carpet commentary biz, but there is literally no other word to describe this jaw-dropping Shirapeli ensemble worn by the Black Panther Wakanda Forever star. This is the kind of look that could straight up launch a religion. This next look is by Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade in Prada. Demonstrating the range of styles that comprise the Met Gala this year, these looks felt especially strong, declarative, and powerful after several years of showing tremendous life-altering support for their trans daughter Zaya, and recently announcing their intention to leave Florida to allow her life to be lived to the fullest. This feels like such a statement of unity by this glamorous couple. Our next look is by Brian Tyree Henry in Karl Lagerfeld. The Causeway star seemed to be executing his own version of Karl's cosplay in this menswear creation by the designer. It's flamboyant, it's fabulous, it's dramatic in exactly the way he liked and exactly the manner the Met Gala calls for. Next up is Ice Spice in Balmain. I was pretty disappointed in this one, sorry to say. The dress is fine enough, but fairly underwhelming for the Met Gala especially. And it really doesn't capture the energy and personality of the Princess Diana wrapper. She's worn her straight hair before, but we couldn't help think the one thing that would have elevated this dress would be her signature afro, her signature red afro. Oh well. Next up is Doja Cat in Oscar de la Renta. Jared Leto may have dominated the red carpet in a literal cat costume, but before he did, we were clapping our hands in glee at the Get Into It, singer's charming and witty tribute to Lagerfeld's beloved fluffy white cat, Choupette. I think he would have loved it. Now our next look is from Lizzo in Chanel. This was a lovely surprise, combining the kind of exuberance for which the special singer is known with a classic Chanel elegance, a retro style, and a sense of humor and wit. Loved it. Next up is Kim Kardashian, who's also in Shirapeli. The reality star and entrepreneur has a long history of eye-popping, sometimes controversial Met Gala looks, and this year was no exception. Although I have to admit to being underwhelmed by it, just a little bit. The draped beads, ornate choker, and the white coat don't feel like they belong together, and that corset is giving her a Barbie waist, which is admittedly probably by design, of course. Next up is Kendall Jenner, her sister, and Marc Jacobs. There are a confusing number of references here, from showgirl to circus performer to magician, which tends to give it a feel of a costume more than an outfit. But I'm surprised to find myself admitting that it really looked appealing, especially how it suits her body perfectly. Love those nosebleed high boots, but I would have thought a black sheer hose would have made a better choice here. Next up is Lil Nas X and Dior Homme. You will never be disappointed when Lil Nas X graces a red carpet. While I would never have guessed that this wild look came courtesy of Dior Homme, I think it's kind of hilarious that the Lost in Citadel singer convinced the classic menswear house to provide him with this sparkly, queer, uber glam, and very hot look. He bedazzled, and I was quite dazzled by it. Last but certainly not least, Miss Billie Eilish and Simone Rocha. I do think the dark sexiness of this look couldn't be more perfect for her, but when you really pile on the textiles, embellishments, design, and styling elements and you render it all in black, you can lose a lot of it. I think a teensy bit of editing would have helped here, but all in all, she's still fashion forward and stunning. And there you have it, my top 10 looks to talk about, but there are over 140 celebrity looks you can find online. Just give it a good old Google search.